What's going on, ladies and gentlemen, beautiful fight fans across the world? And in this video, we're going to be breaking down UFC Fight Night Jan versus Figueiredo. We're not going to be predicting the whole card, okay? We're going to be predicting the fights we care about, because there's a lot of fights we don't care about on this card. And can I just say something else? Okay, why does this card start at 4 a.m.? Okay, am I really about to wake up at 4 a.m. to watch this? I might. That's how dedicated I am to being a UFC fan. It's hard to be a UFC fan these days. But waking up at 4 a.m. is crazy work. Like, what am I going to do, though? I'm definitely going to watch Jan versus Figueiredo for sure. And that's the fight that I really want to talk about. So we got Petr Yan versus Deiveson Figueiredo. It's going to be a banger. I don't think the odds are telling the full story of this fight, to be honest. Even though I will probably be picking Petr Yan by points, Deiveson Figueiredo by plus 225, I think you got to throw some money on that. If anybody's looking at this for a bet, you got to throw a little bit of cash on that, because plus 225 on Deiveson Figueiredo, that's a good bet. But I feel like this is how this fight's going to go. So I recently watched Deiveson Figueiredo versus Chito Vera. I watched their both last two fights. And then I watched Petr Yan versus Song Yadong. And Petr Yan was injured in that Song Yadong fight, and he didn't look the greatest, but he showed that he could grit it out and that he could edge out on points if he needs to. That's what he showed in that Song Yadong fight, because the first round wasn't good for Petr Yan. It was not a good round. And then the second and third round, he took over, even though he was injured. But Deiveson Figueiredo, he's going to bring a grappling heavy approach to this fight. For sure. He's going to bring a grappling heavy approach, because that's what he's done in all of his bantamweight fights. But then if you go back to his last fight with Chito Vera was stuffing his takedowns. Okay, he was getting taken down at first in the first round, but then Chito Vera was stuffing a lot of his takedowns. Deiveson Figueiredo was kind of gassing out in that fight. I don't know if that one was looking a little hairy for Deiveson Figueiredo as the time was going on. I'm not going to lie. And I feel like Petr Yan, he has great takedown defense. Okay, the Merab fight is probably like just the biggest example of that. Even though he did get 50-45 by Merab, he stuffed like 50 takedowns. He only got taken down like 3 times. So I feel like this is going to be a banger, but I can also see Deiveson Figueiredo edging out the first 3 rounds. I feel like this one's going to go to a decision. It's just, who do you think the decision is going to go to? And I feel like Petr Yan could edge out a decision. I can see a Petr Yan robbery, though, for sure, because I don't think they want Petr Yan to win. I think they want Deiveson Figueiredo to win, because he's way more marketable at this point in his career, I feel like, because he's coming up from flyweight. It's a better story, and like, he's been making a title run at bantamweight. He's gotten through everybody so far. Rob Font, Chito Vera. Am I forgetting somebody? Yeah, Cody Garbrandt. He's beat all of them. Everybody's like has Deiveson Figueiredo fresh in their mind in the bantamweight division. But I feel like Petr Yan, okay, he did beat Song Yadong in his last fight. He was injured, but he showed his veteran status. Okay, he showed his IQ, his fight IQ, and I feel like this is gonna be the story of this fight. Deiveson Figueiredo is gonna take the first and second round. Maybe the second round. I don't even know about the second round. The first and second round, because Deiveson Figueiredo, he has power. He dropped Chito Vera. Sean O'Malley, he was piecing up Chito Vera for 25 minutes, but he didn't drop Chito Vera. Deiveson Figueiredo dropped Chito Vera. Deiveson Figueiredo has crazy power. So does Song Yadong, and that's why Petr Yan, he's gonna take off for probably a couple of rounds. Okay, and then later, I feel like Petr Yan's gonna take over. His No Mercy's going to take over. But also, I did see in the press conference, Petr Yan was acting a little nice. Okay, I don't like when Petr Yan acts nice. Okay, I like when he's mean and gritty. And that's when I know he's going to go out there and do some damage. But I feel like it's just in the favor of Petr Yan. And even the odds feel that way. They have him as a minus 278 favorite. So I'm definitely going to go with Petr Yan in this fight, either by decision or a finish in the 4th or 5th round. I can see him getting a TKO finish over Deiveson Figueiredo. And let's just talk about how whichever man wins this fight, Deiveson or Petr, whoever wins this fight, this is a great pound-for-pound win for either of them. Like, this fight would have been a banger when they were both champions. It could have happened when they were both champions, so it just never did. But the fact that it's happening now, this is a hardcore fan's delight. Like, this is why I'm willing to wake up mad early in the morning just to watch this, because this is a fight that's worth watching at this time, okay? But let's get into some other fights that I care about on this card. Yan Xiaonan versus Tabitha Ricci. I don't really care. Honestly, I hope Yan Xiaonan wins because she actually has some power in her hands and she can actually make it interesting. But Tabitha Ricci, I want her to win for other reasons, if you get what I'm saying. Okay? Alright, we're peeping that. But Muslim Salikhov versus Song Kanan. So Song Kanan's actually, he's not the best, but he's not trash. Okay, he's not complete trash. But Muslim Salikhov, I like his striking. And he is a striker. I'm definitely going to go with Muslim Salikhov in that fight. Probably by KO in the second round. Wang Kong versus Gabriel Fernandez. You know Wang Kong's going to win. She's a minus 500 favorite. She's probably going to get a KO also. Probably going to get a KO. Even though she does that cringe stuff with the Joker at the weigh-ins, she's still, like, the fact that she knocked that girl out in their last fight like that, I'm excited to see what she does in the flyweight division because WMMA needs some prospects that are interesting, like Wang Kong. We need some interesting stuff going on in WMMA to get us excited again. Because right now, it's not the most exciting division, so let's just say that. But Volkan Ozdemir versus Carlos Ulberg. This is another fight that I really care about. So Volkan Ozdemir versus Carlos Ulberg. I think this is a similar situation to Petr Yan versus Deiveson Figueiredo. But Volkan Ozdemir, he has a bunch of first-round KOs. Let me just say that. Carlos Ulberg, he's a great striker too. Don't get me wrong. I'm probably going to pick Carlos Ulberg to win this fight. But Volkan Ozdemir has how many first-round KOs? He has power in his hands. He has good boxing. It's just, this is really the test for Carlos Ulberg. His fights before, nah. This fight's going to show if he's high level or not. Because Volkan Ozdemir is at that level. I've been salty that he fraud checked my boy Guzkov. Okay, my boy Guzkov, but Guzkov is bouncing back. I'm pretty sure he's off some wins right now, but I can see. I mean, if you want to throw a little bit of cash on that plus 225, I think that's another good underdog right there. But I'm probably gonna pick Carlos Ulberg. He has the momentum right now. He's young. He's hungry. He wants to get up in the light heavyweight division. He trains with good people, and yeah. Yeah, I can definitely see him edging this one out. Probably, I don't think by KO. I don't think this one's going to KO. I think he's going to edge out a decision. But him versus Volkan Ozdemir, that's a banger of a fight right there. Volkan Ozdemir is a fun fighter to watch. He be stinky sometimes, though. He be stinky sometimes. But I'm pretty sure that's it for this card that I really care about. I mean, there's not really another. Oh, I'm excited to watch Loner Kavanaugh, though. Even though I don't know if I'm going to watch that. It's at 4 a.m. because Loner Kavanaugh, he's a small dude. He's so small for flyweight. Like, even for flyweight, he's small. But he just has crazy KO power. It's, like, actually insane. Go watch some Lonar Kavanaugh highlights. And, like, he's actually interesting. I watched him on the Dana White Contender Series. And, oh, my God, the KO he got on Dana White Contender Series. I'm excited to see what he does in the flyweight division. I hope he goes far. But this card, it's pretty weak. I'm not going to lie. It's pretty weak. I think that's why they put this at 4 a.m. because they don't really care. There's like 3 good fights on this card. Honestly, the Petr Yan fight, maybe Muslim Salikhov, and Volkan Ozdemir. Those are the 3 best fights on this card. But let me know down below, what do you think of Petr Yan versus Deiveson Figueiredo? Who do you think is going to win? And let me know about any other fights on the card that you're interested in. But that's it for this video. I know I haven't been consistent, but I'm going to get back to it, my boys. We got finals soon, but I'm still going to get back to it. We got UFC 310 soon as well. And you know, when UFC 310 rolls around, Shavkat Rakhmonov's fighting, so you know I'm going to be all over that. But leave a like, subscribe, show some love. I'm dropping videos like this almost every day, so turn the notifications on. And I'll see you in the next one, man.